Boom. All right, everybody. Good evening. It's another episode of the Smooth Experience. I'm your host, Silky Smooth, and this is usually just like a channel that has anything that's interesting to me. So sometimes we'll talk about like Apple products. Mainly, we've been talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Um, Anything else that I like, whatever's out there, whatever's on my mind. But I'll say this: it's almost crazy. Like I almost need to be taken away from cryptos because I'm addicted to these things. So much information coming out about them, so much good news, and it's a great time to be alive, people. So if you're watching this, take a moment just to end up being like, man, this is amazing. Never before on the planet have we been so connected that we could all put our funds together into something that we believe in, regardless of your location and regardless of your social status. I'm just saying, man. Stuff is like Jesus to me almost. It's like, come on. So check this out. All right, let's get right into it. All right. So we do crypto news tonight. We're gonna end up talking about a few different things that are coming out. First of all, the Voice is the Voice platform. It's gonna be pretty cool. So what this is it's a blockchain-based music platform. They're supposed to be starting on October 18th, and it's pretty cool because yeah. Let's see if we can end up going to the site. Let's see if we can click on anything. Let's see if anything is working. All right, Alpha, a blockchain-based decentralized music for platform. This is amazing. So look at this. Oh my gosh, this might end up being something that changes my life too because Silky Smooth, have made music, and I might do this again, especially if I could see that the music industry will change. And I definitely see blockchain getting in and disrupting the music industry. We just have to put some thought towards it, people. That's all we gotta do. Thoughts are free so far. Decentralized platform. It's gonna allow people that make music. They're gonna end up having it's a smart contract ecosystem for transactions. This is pretty cool. So Voice will be a coin that you can hold. Decentralized hosting shields content from being taken down or hacked. That's really cool. Full revenue, artist priceless, and artists precious. Voice ensures they receive 100% of the sales proceeds. Yo, how does Voice work? The artist uploads content, data is published through our peer-to-peer network, user sees relevant network, user pays with the Voice coins, transaction is visible on the blockchain, and then artists get paid. Dude, okay. There was some thought that was put into this, and I like this. Our ambitious and transparent roadmap. Let's see what we got going on. It's on a Trello. Whoa, that's cool. Like this is public. Short term. Hey, I like this. Token sale and distribution. Token swap. These things have already been done, so you can't participate in the ICO, but hey, it's all good. Um, yeah, Voice is going to be a platform that I definitely think is going to give artists their voice that they've been needing. It's going to allow them to end up getting paid out by anybody that's holding Voice tokens. So, shoot, I got some people I got to show this to. So, all right, next, Bitcoin meets Netflix. Laolu is building a lightning-powered app for that. So this is pretty interesting. Basically, these guys are trying to end up becoming the Netflix of cryptocurrencies, and it's pretty interesting. They're making their own network for it. One of the benefits is that it offers an easier interface for developers to work with than Bitcoin's layer one, and it's going to be really cool for people to end up getting their streaming content. So Laolu is, I totally foresee this stuff being something that is going to like take hold in the future. So Laolu, probably some tokens I'm gonna be holding. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Hashed time lock contracts. That's awesome. So yeah, these are just some really good things that like I'm just taking a look at because yeah, Bitcoin, Netflix, jumping in bed together. Yo, I could totally see something really good coming out from this. So take a look at this. I worked. I shouldn't say this too often, but like I worked really closely with Netflix recently, actually, and I could see that they've definitely been meeting some of their biggest goals. And one of their biggest goals, I think this is public info, but they've been wanting to try to get to 20 million customers, and I think they made something big about that. And they just recently surpassed 20 million subscribers. So that's pretty nice right there. And like I definitely see Laolu coming in and filling that gap. Next, all right, check this out, guys. A former Goldman Sachs VP who founded a crypto hedge fund says betting on Bitcoin is like betting on the internet in the 90s. It's like, do I almost need to say more? This guy's pretty cool. Matthew Goetz, former Goldman Sachs VP, founded Black Tower Capital this year. Black Tower Capital is something that is, this is pretty much the graph that he'll show any of his clients. Like, okay, you want to get into an investment? Let me show you. Bam, Bitcoin is up more than 400% just this year. And it's like even trying to take tanks back from central bankers and big investors and like uh, whole countries, pivotal countries, um, trying their hardest to stop the cryptocurrency and trying to ban it, at least until they can control it. So it's just something to think about because right now, China, they have taken a step back and they're not allowing their people to participate in this amazing opportunity, which is just, have your own opinion, whatever way you want to go with that. But what the way that I feel is that like this is something that the people have now seen, and now that anybody that's used Bitcoin over there is being forced to go back to yen. Oh gosh, that's like a kick in the face. You know what I mean? So like, why do that? So like, as that is, like, there are all kinds of people, and I've done videos about it before, where there are people that are becoming mainstream heroes in China right now just because they're forming workarounds for their people to be able to participate in this opportunity. So, anyways, this part of this dip right here is like a big portion of like what happened with China, and by paying attention to the markets, you'll see why these things happen. But one of these was from JP Morgan. I think it was this second one. And the first one was from China, basically saying, no, we don't know about Bitcoin. We don't understand it, but we don't want the people to use it. So now what they're doing is they're starting to recognize that, oh, I think we need to try to license these cryptocurrency exchanges so that we can control them. And so that way they can understand that China is open minded to Bitcoin and we want people to use it. However, my stance on it is that I just believe cryptocurrencies are something that is going to be hard to regulate. I think the regulation is something that's going to exist within inside each holder, and that is going to be something that each holder of each cryptocurrency will come into agreement with the person that they're doing business with. Just my opinion. I'm just a human. I have the right to change this at any time. But yeah, just something that I'm thinking about, guys. So, Matthew Goetz, Goldman Sachs VP, you get my thumbs up, bro. You are definitely on point with it. You see what's going on with it. Obviously, you do because you've started up a freaking company around it. So, very nice, bro. You put your whole like name on the line, and I think you did it for a good cause, man. I'm doing the same thing. So check this out. Next, Chaser. And the Chaser is going to try to be the Uber of Bitcoin. And so when I've been reading about this, check out livebitcoinnews.com. They got this article up on there right now. And basically, Chaser has gained a reputation for being the new improved rideshare option everyone's anxiously been waiting for. Like a vindicating cowboy hero, they've come to fight justice, and they're here for freedom. But basically, they've confirmed speculation of an ICO at TechCrunch in December. Chaser tokens will be used for ride credits and tipping. So immediately right here, what I'm talking about, guys, is this is exactly what cryptos are for. Is that this is starting to infect, blockchain technology is starting to infect the ride sharing industry, which is a new industry that's not even a decade old. You know what I mean? And like this is something that's already new industry popped up within a decade, getting support from a new currency that's going to allow people to get rides and to tip their drivers. So it's a currency within itself. What is this doing for Chaser? This is allowing Chaser to open itself up and um, say the rules on what it wants to have happen. Whereas Uber right now is always being pushed up against the wall by regulation. And this is a prime example, guys, of what I'm talking about, why regulation sucks when you have to end up seeing it. Because Uber may want to move in these types of directions, yet it's going to be hard for them to, just because they've already gotten so comfy with all the regulations and all the regulators that that's pretty much the path they got to walk down now. And Chaser is something that is using a currency that, um, should they just use Chaser tokens, then they will be able to end up bypassing a lot of these types of regulations and law bodies because these law bodies still have yet to regulate these things. And I really, really want to say, guys, one of the greatest things to be alive for right now is the fact that we have the option to uphold these currencies in the best ways possible, in honorable ways, in ways that are going to help people. I was at my work today and I was talking to somebody who's trying to start a charity for inmates. And he was talking to me about how inmates are having a hard time when they leave prison or jail or just a corrective system here in America. Not sure where you're watching this from, but here in America, they have a hard time trying to get back on their feet. And I can't speak for other countries, but all I can say is that I could only imagine that there's other countries out there that may not have it as good as America in some aspects, and they may be struggling with trying to figure out a good way for their inmates to transition back into society after they've learned their lesson in jail. So we came up with a currency. Like we started talking about it. We were like, hey, well, like, why don't we call it like transition coin? And it'll be a coin where, as you're in prison, you can start to earn and hold these coins. And then on your release date, these coins are going to be able to pay for your room and board at a halfway house. They're going to be able to get discounts for you on clothes, fresh pressed clothes, so that you can go and get a job. They're going to get free classes so that people can help you write your resume, and basically just everything you need to transition out of prison or a correctional system back into society just by holding these coins. These are the things that these currencies are allowing us to do if we allow them to be transcendent of regulation. I already understand that I'm opening myself up to flack when I say this because I know that there are bad things that can happen with these cryptocurrencies, and the whole reason why regulation exists right now. Actually, I wouldn't say the whole reason. I'll take that back. But a big part of the reason why regulation exists on current currencies right now is to stop fraud and is to stop illegal affairs. But guess what? It's still happening. People are still doing it. They're just finding workarounds to make sure that their illicit affairs aren't tracked. And like you see it, it doesn't matter what position you're at, whether you're on the bottom or whether you're on the top, you can see it. If you're on the bottom, your emails aren't being read by the whole nation. That's the only difference. But what I'm trying to say is that like we're all doing illicit things to try to get these dollars because we've been regulated right up against the wall to the point where we can't do anything unless we have our side hustle, unless there's something going on. So I feel you guys. And what I'm trying to say is Uber feels this too because they may end up wanting to do better things for their drivers. They may want to do better things for their passengers, but now they've got so deep into trying to be buddy buddy with the regulations that they can't. Even if they want to, they can't. So, Chaser, get back to my point. I'm not trying to rant too hard. But Chaser, this is something that's beautiful because it's using a cryptocurrency and it can end up surpassing and transcending these regulations and doing amazing things for its people. It can do amazing things for the drivers. It can do amazing things for the people riding in those cars. All I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. So, just think about that. Chaser, it's new Uber. Hold some Chaser coins, get some rides. Next and last, this is just pretty cool. Everything blockchain is no joke. It's taking the world by storm. So basically, the blockchain craze has soared to new heights as people are talking about using blockchain for just about everything. So basically, this is it, guys. This is the pretty much the technology that I've been waiting for. This is the technology that I been wanting to have infect the planet because it's allowing us to become more unified. It's allowing us to become more transparent with each other. And it's allowing us to throw our resources and our value at things that we truly value and not things that we have to value that we're currently taxed on. See what I mean? And so like we're creating our own grid. We're creating our own grid that we're gonna be able to like get food from, shelter from, rides from. We're seeing it right now. You're gonna be able to stream movies from. You're gonna be able to do anything that you need to from different blockchains. So it's the future, and I welcome it. And I thank you guys for watching this because it just gives me something to end up talking about. It gives me something passionate to be about, you know. And if you guys are watching right now, thank you so much for this, just because it opens my heart up just to be able to end up to speak about this stuff, because I know that when I show this to people at my work, when I talk to this with my girlfriend, when I talk to this about everybody, like I'm so excited for it. And then like, you know, there's a lot of people that have been waiting for this. They're like, man, this sounds like just the most perfect thing. And that's what I'm saying. And you know what? Is blockchain perfect? Here's our homework for tonight before I disconnect. Is is blockchain perfect? These are good questions to ponder. Let's just think about that. Is blockchain perfect? How does blockchain suck still? Like, how could it be better? What room does blockchain have to end up improving the things that we currently have? When you walk around in your life, I want you to try to find holes in the system that you would normally complain and moan at and get mad at. I want you to try to look at those holes and try to ask yourself, what would blockchain do here? Could blockchain help this out? And another question for us to ponder is, should blockchain get into every industry on the planet? Or are there some industries that blockchain should stay away from? Let's start conversations on that. Let's post up comments. If you like what I'm talking about, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, do whatever it is that the website's asking you to do that you're watching this from. And, you know, let's start some conversations because this is beautiful. The whole planet needs to talk about this. We need to educate ourselves on this right now. Actually, yesterday, we need to educate ourselves yesterday on this, meaning that it's already too late. We should have already known about this. If we could have known about this, there could have been other things that we could have saved. Think about this. A couple other questions before we depart. Uh, this is like it could make me kind of get emotional thinking about it. But like, what kind of endangered species, could have been saved because of blockchain technologies? What kind of diseases could have already found a cure because of blockchain technologies? What other ways could we have evolved as a species because of blockchain technologies? So that's our homework. Think about it. Leave a comment. Talk about it. I'm going to see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much. Smooth experience. Silky smooth out.